Welcome back. The unemployment crisis is one of the many issues affecting Sedibeng residents in Gauteng. That's according to President Cyril Ramaphosa. Ramaphosa says there's a plan to create 170,000 jobs in that municipality over a 5-year period. He was speaking at a presidential Imbizo there earlier today. The Imbizo was centered around improving service delivery. eNCA's senior reporter Aviwe Mtila has been following this story for us and joins us now. Aviwe, what was the Sedibeng community saying about the service delivery in that area?
Well, I guess at the fore, Annalie, is the unemployment rate. It's at a staggering 64%. And that's one issue that government has promised to tackle. But it's an area that's really been plagued by service delivery. When you look at the water woes, where they go for months without water, I go to the electricity factor, where they go, one community member was telling me that they went for 6 months without electricity. And another issue is the sewage that seeps into the Vaal River. Just some of the issues that they faced on the ground. Remember just last year, even we were there ourselves. I remember around October, where we unearthed the mother of all potholes, where the community members were swimming in what was supposed to be a road, and the cars were actually driving on the pavement. So some of the issues that even the Premier of Gauteng, David Makura, touched on in just explaining some of the service delivery woes that the Sedibeng municipality has faced over the years. Let's just take a listen to the Premier.
This economy of the Vaal, which is the leader of industrialization of Gauteng, is now no longer where it used to be. So sa pele se re batlang gore mopresidente le cabinet ya hae ba itsebe gore the economy of the Vaal is in serious trouble. And we need national government, not just the province, but national government to help us rebuild this economy, what we call economic regeneration of the Vaal. So, President, the first thing we want to report to you, matata aruna amangata batho ba ba leng teng mona ko makeisheneng batho ba sebetse bana ba kena ko nyaupe ke hore mesebetsi a iteng le ba tholang dintwa ba kgone ho patala bo masepala hobane mesebetsi a iteng. So unemployment rate in Sedibeng is 64%. It's the highest unemployment rate in Gauteng. So this economy of the Vaal needs decisive regeneration and decisive intervention.
Aviwe, what plans does government have in place to create jobs for the people of Sedibeng?
Well, there are talks of a specialized economic zone, for example, where they plan to create around 170,000 jobs over the next 5 years. I mean, they also speak of the Vaal River, where they want a Vaal River city around the Vaal itself. Many plans that even the President, Cyril Ramaphosa, touched on how they're planning now to create jobs there. They also speak of also reviving the agriculture in Sedibeng district municipality, as well as industries such as tourism, for example. Something that the president also touched on as he delivered the main speech there at that presidential Imbizo. So let's take a listen to President Cyril Ramaphosa.
The Gauteng government has ambitious plans to revitalize Sedibeng by developing agriculture, and you heard from Minister Titiza, by developing logistics, tourism, and industries as well. And these plans are pivoted around, they revolve around the Vaal Special Economic Zone, which we have heard has the potential of creating up to 170,000 jobs over the next few years.
Aviwe, so those 170,000 jobs to be created over a 5-year period, and obviously that's sort of a projection only, you know, when those jobs don't exist yet. But what do the timeframes look like for when people in the Sedibeng area can start expecting to be employed as those numbers grow?
You know, Annalie, the one burden that all this unemployment rate really falls on is, of course, social development. It's an issue that I touched on with the Minister of Social Development, Lindiwe Zulu, who says that while the unemployment in Sedibeng district municipality is at a staggering 64%, it then means that those social relief grants, for example, those 350s, the burden will be on social development themselves. So he says that the one major issue, while there are all these good plans in place that would create these jobs, the one major headache is the implementation. And that's something that he said the president needs to crack a whip on, in ensuring that all of these plans are implemented so that the people and the unemployment rate is not a burden on social development itself, which is a burden then on the tax that you and I pay, for example. So those are some of the means that the Minister of Social Development said needs to be tackled in ensuring that implementation is at the center of all these plans, that the president cracks the whip to ensure that they are followed on.
Well, thank you very much. Apologies. Senior reporter Aviwe Mtila bringing us that story from Sedibeng, where the president held his presidential Imbizo today.